All right, so we've met our AI chefs, right? The specialists who could inspect plates and follow recipes. But today, we're doing something way bigger than just improving a recipe. We are about to witness a full-blown revolution in the kitchen.
Okay, so remember our recipe follower, that AI model that was a master of sequences? Well, it turns out our expert chef had a critical flaw, a really big one, a terrible memory. And this one flaw, this huge problem, was holding back the entire field of AI for years.
Yep, we're talking about the problem of the forgetting chef. And here's the crazy part. The very thing that made it so good at following a recipe step by step was also its greatest weakness. Talk about a paradox, right?
So the process was pretty straightforward, right? The recipe follower, what we call an RNN, would read one step, then the next, and use this little memory notepad to remember what came just before. And, for short recipes, this worked great. But that notepad, well, it was tiny, way too small.
And this is where it all just falls apart. With very long recipes or, long sentences, long paragraphs, that little notepad would fill up. And the chef, well, it would have to start overwriting the first few crucial steps just to make room for the new ones. It would completely forget the beginning of the instructions, losing all the important context. It's a disaster. This limitation was a massive roadblock for AI. So, researchers had to ask a totally new kind of question, a revolutionary question. What if a chef didn't have to read line by line? So, what if a chef could see the entire recipe at once? And the answer to that question, well, it sparked a revolution. This led to an entirely new way of thinking, a completely new vision for AI. It led to a brand new architecture, the transformer. So, it's time to meet the hero of our story. Forget the old recipe follower, let's meet the visionary chef. So, a transformer is just fundamentally different. Instead of processing data one piece at a time in a nice little line, it's a new AI architecture that processes an entire sequence of data simultaneously. We're talking the entire sentence, the entire recipe, all at the same time.
Okay, so how on earth does it work? How can it possibly make sense of everything all at once? The secret? Well, the secret is a superpower. It's a mechanism called total attention. You can think of the attention mechanism as the visionary chef's special skill. It's what allows the model to look at the entire recipe and just instantly understand the relationship between all the words, no matter how far apart they are. It's incredible.
I mean, the difference is just night and day. The recipe follower, the RNN, is reading line by line, trying its best to remember the recent past. But the visionary chef, the transformer, it's like it lays the entire recipe out on a giant table and sees everything all at once, instantly. So, for example, when our visionary chef sees the word salt down in step 8, its attention mechanism doesn't just look at the step before it. No, it instantly scans the entire recipe. It sees sugar back in step 2 and seasoning way ahead in step 12. It understands the relationship between all of them and gets the full context of the dish in a split second.
It's not just about seeing the words on the page. They can instantly understand the relationship between all the ingredients and instructions. It's like seeing this whole invisible web connecting everything. And that is how they build a complete, holistic understanding of the context.
So the process for how attention creates understanding is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Step 1, view the entire sequence. Step 2, weigh the importance of every word relative to every other word. It's figuring out what matters. And step 3, build a deep understanding of the full context using those relationships. It's a system that's built to prevent forgetting. So yeah, this wasn't just some small improvement. This was a seismic shift. This ability, the power to see everything at once, is what truly kicked off the AI revolution we're living in today. The impact of transformers cannot be overstated. And I want to be absolutely clear about this. This is the backbone of modern AI. The transformer architecture is the fundamental technology behind almost every single major AI breakthrough we've seen in recent years. And a huge reason for this is just processing power and efficiency. Think about it. RNNs have to go step by step, sequentially. That's slow. But transformers can look at everything at once, in parallel. This means they can be trained on massive datasets much, much faster. This single advantage unlocked a scale of learning that was just impossible before. So what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, everything that's making headlines.
We're talking about large language models like ChatGPT, advanced machine translation that feels almost flawless, AI image generation, even major breakthroughs in scientific discovery. All of these are powered by transformers. They're all standing on the shoulders of this one architecture. So the forgetting chef has been replaced. The visionary chef is now in charge of the kitchen. And with that, the revolution is complete. We now have this unbelievably powerful new tool, one that understands language and context like never before. And that leaves us with one final and really crucial question. So what kind of world did it build?